Hi everyone, today I'm sharing with you how to make a dressy top. This one have an option, you can use it at the top or you can make it longer to make a dress. So this is a little long, you can wear with legging or caprice. So I have a fabric in here that's stretchy. When you go to Walmart, they already pre-cut it in the roll for like $4 or $8 depending on how much they have it in there. So I already fold the fabric in half. The measurement after the fold, this is the fold on the top here. From the fold I have down here is 29 inches. You don't fold and cut it, it's gonna be hard because it's too big. If you don't fold and cut, it's going to be 58. So 29 inches down. And then the long side from one side to this side, it's 41 inches. So now this is the side that if you want to make it longer for the dress, then you go down to this side. After the fold, you can go longer. So I'm gonna go and fold this side over to meet with this side. When you make something big, you fold a fabric and then you start to measure it much better. Alright, I'm gonna make sure everything is lined up right in the center and everything. So I'm gonna go and hold the side and everything. Shake. Everything is mixed up nicely. Because the stretchy fabric, it tends to move around a bit here and there. So after I fold, you have this two fold right here. All the opening are down here. And then the big fold over there. If you don't pay attention, you cut in the wrong and I don't know what to do. On the top here, I'm gonna go 3.5 inches. And down here, I'm going to 4. And then you go into round this. I'm going to go down 1 inch. And then from 1 inch, I'm going to connect to that point at the shoulder right here. So I'm going to go and zigzag around all the way down the bottom and around it on both sides. Fold that in half so I can cut So I place the side of the armpit around that and then I go around and cut. I'm going to cut 2 pieces, one on each side. And the wide side I'm cutting 2 inches wide. I also cut in here this piece of fabric. The wide side is 4 inches wide by 50 inches long. Now I'm gonna go and zigzag on this side, on those two sides. Go and zigzag on both sides, just like the one that I showed you on the body of the dress. Right here, that your chest. I'm going to you now because I want to show you details, so I'm doing a hand sew. But if you want to go to your sewing machine and doing a bathing stitch, and you're going to go down from the top down here about half an inch, and then start about an inch away from this side, an inch away, okay? And then I'm going like this. I'm going up, and then I go just to tie this area, so when I pull, the dress break and it don't scare me. So I'm gonna do bathing stitch all the way from this side to the other side, the other armpit there, so half an inch. We're going to stop with an inch away. Okay, like this. Okay, so this is the top. I'm going to pull. So I keep pulling until I see it's good enough, and then I measure it to see if it's 12 inches. And you're going to do the other side exactly like this, everyone. Now I'm gonna sew so it can stay down for me. This is on top where your chest is. It's very easy, everyone. I'm just showing you a little bit, so you use something pointy like that to help you push it down. You don't have to zigzag like me on the top. And now I realize if I do the zigzag on the top like that, it's a bit thick. So if you're doing this, everyone, you don't have to zigzag, okay? Now this is one side. You see the armpit is here on the right, and then this is on the left. This is the side, and you're going to place the other side on top so you can sew the sides together. So place this one on top. You can pin this down, or you can clip or whatever you want on the side. Just do that only, but you don't sew that yet. But on the armpit here, and on the armpit, and sew on the side. Don't sew on the top. On the side here, I'm going to zigzag this side together, and then on this side too. My brother-in-law called me and said that he found a few baby bunnies in his backyard, and he just want to let us know so if we want to come and look at them. I'm like, no, we have one in the backyard too, but we didn't want to bother them because a few years ago when we looked at them, the mother abandoned them and they all died. So it's so sad. And Ethan was little at that time, but he know. And he at night time he was shocked. He's still shocked. He went downstairs, and I say, "What happened? What do you do?" And he say, I'm praying for the Buddha to take care of the dead baby bunny." I was like, oh my goodness. We never let them look at the baby bunny anymore, because what happened to the bunny, I think that if we near the baby, the mother will never come back. So sad. after we sew on the side, and this is the armpit on the top, and the neck is still there. On this side, we sew on this side too. Okay, so on the top here, let's just bring out to the right side and go on around here, and I'm going to sew around this area. So get back to the story of the bunny. My brother-in-law was so guilty, and he's like, what can I do now? I say, nothing but pray, but a different type of praying. You pray for their mother, don't abandon them, and come back and take care of them. But I don't guarantee that. I don't know why the mother always do that. What is going on? I feel like, I don't know, you have custody of my kid. Now I'm free. Some kind of, I don't know. I don't know what the mother, the bunny do. I don't know. I have to do some research and see what's going on. I'll smell touching the baby or what. I don't know. But we didn't touch them. We just look at them, But never again. I told my brother to don't even bother. The back. Go in the back. You can got just a little bit around. You don't need to do it. I'm just being careful in everything I do. I'm gonna fold into this side, going right into here. Right after thing right here, the fold, the sew line, you're gonna go and top stitch. So funny, I have to let you know. Last month I went to New Hampshire Walmart, and all of a sudden I just looking at something at the fabric area, and the lady came over and she's like, "You're from the Twins Day channel?" I'm like, "Yes, how do you know?" And so she's like, "I am one of your subscribers, that I've been subscriber to you since COVID-19. And she's when, most of the time that I don't make anything you sew, but I turn it on so I can hear your voice, and I just fall to sleep easily." I went, "What? Am I that boring to you?" She's like, "No, it's not. It's just your voice. It's very soothing." And then she's introduced me to the other person that with her. She's like, "This is Vivian. She have the twins, and her channel is the Twins Day channel. She is a YouTube influencer." So I'm like, "Oh my goodness." And then that lady say, "I'm coming home and watch your video, and I'm going to subscribe to you. I hear so many good things about you." Oh, I'm so happy. That's why so many times I'm being honest with you. I want to quit YouTube so bad, but because of you all, I keep coming back. So everyone, after I sew on, this is the armpit all around here, and then on the top here, this is what we're going to sew the top here, the neck. Now this piece that we have it earlier when I cut it 4 inches by 50. Go from the wrong side here, and I fold it in half. I'll show you the easiest one. So at the fold right there, if you have a larger shoulder, then you can leave the end here 2 inches. 2 inches, then the fold, it'll make 4. Remember that, because of fold. So at the fold, I mark it 1 inch. So that means it's 2 inches because the fold. From here to here, that's the 12 inches. You're gonna get the tape ruler. After you're done, you're gonna go from one side of the shoulder to the other side of the shoulder and see how big that is. The 12 is that after the 1 inch. So that's the 12. And I'm going to mark here. Very simple and easy to do. You see? And then you turn into this side. You either can go by this side or you can measure again. Okay? So on this side, that's the 12. And then here, right here, that's another one. And then you connect this. And this the shirt, but this part you have to do very detailed. So that, and then the 1 inch over here, you have to match up with 1 inch here, and then on this side, that 1 inch, connect. Everyone, let me recap. On the left here coming in, I have the mark right here, this, and then on this side, 12 inches from here, and then the space. Okay, so on the right to here 12 inches, and then coming down to here that I have the space here 1 inch, but the fold, so now it's 2 inches, and then it to here, right side facing up this way. The mark from there, after 12 inches, face the right side facing down to this side of the top. So I'm taking one side, and then from here I'm going to place this right side facing down exactly where I marked. Okay, right side, you wrap this around where the mark is there, the 2 inches right here. When you have that in your hand, everyone, you can see the difference, how easy that is. Now the right side of this facing the right side of this. Now everyone, this is the, you have any idea what I did? So I sewed it around and then end up over here with the opening, and this is opening from one arm, and then this one here with the connect here, but the space is 2 inches. So all around here we need to do an extra step, but it's worth it. Everyone need to do this, okay? But if you more advanced, I'm also always tell you, if you more advanced, you don't need to follow me. Remember we fold it in here with 1/2 inch. I like you to fold it back 1/2 inch on the long line here, and then you go on to sew a straight line of 1/2 inch here, and then extra work right here, everyone, but it's worth it. Trust me, if you don't do this, it's gonna be take a longer for you to put it together. When you sew the 1/2 inch fold, you make sure you sew right at the fold. Everyone, after I sew on the top and the bottom, this string right here, this thing, you can see that very clearly. This is your neck and this is wrap around, and so we sewed it half an inch around it, the string right here. At the end of this, the end folded in, and you're going to sew this line to make it nice and pointy. Here you're gonna go and trim this, and then you're going to bring this out. Then you have this pointy on one side and it's already like this. Now sew the other ends exactly the same. Alright, so everyone, after I sew around like this and then the pointy is like this. So lift the pointy that way, and we're gonna close up after, okay? What we're gonna do here. Remember, this is the front or back side, and this is the other side. So we're going to wrap this around. Okay. Because you sewed it down here, so thing it coming down for you very easy. Okay, and make sure this line right here that go line up to this side here, all around.
After I pencil around, I use bathing sticks and I'm going to stitch around. The bathing stitch is helpful when you sew something like this because the stretchy fabric, I like to do bathing stitch before I sew on the sewing machine. Every time I sew on something like this, it reminds me my mom. So detailed, for little tiny space, she can sew on a sewing machine so perfect. I still have a baby pillow. Someday I'll show you how her stitches look so professional. And she didn't go to school for it. Same to me. I learned how to sew from my mom. And each and every day, if you keep practicing, it gets better. I didn't do sewing for my YouTube channel. I started doing fun with my kid. And then when COVID hit, COVID-19, and then I started showing people how to do face mask. And then people say, I don't have a sewing machine, can I do hand sew? And then I start hand sewing the whole face mask sew by hand. I can't believe it. That's why I love each and every one of you has been with me since COVID-19 and still hang around no matter what I do. You still come and watch my video. I'm so happy to have new subscribers that start coming and show support to my channel. So everyone, after I bait and stitch around, I'm gonna go on a sewing machine and sew it together. Next week will be my mom 11 years memorial. I can't believe that. When she's still with us, every time she went to Vietnam, only for a month, and we count every single day. And now, 11 years went by. Unbelievable. Every time I see my dad, heartbroken. Think about it. They've been married forever, and now she left, and I don't know. I see him walk around the house by himself, lonely, missing her. It really broke my heart. I love them. I remember when my mom very sick in the hospital bed, and my dad just came home he needed to took a rest away from the hospital because he constantly in there with her. She kept asking, where's daddy? Where's your dad? Until he came, he flew right over to the hospital bed. Now on the bottom of this, you're going to fold it up half an inch, and then you're going to sew all around. So that's it, everyone. I finished. This is very roomy. It fit from small to large. So the difference is between the shoulder. Instead of me cutting, leaving 1 inch to be 2 inches, you can do 4 inches if you have a larger shoulder. Everything else will remain the same. So I'm gonna try it on, and so you can see this. It fit everyone. I guarantee you going to love it. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you are new to my channel. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for your support, your donation, and your comment on my video. And also support my second channel. Love you.